Hello there, fellow NPCs. I'm Scythe, and this is Doki fucking Literature Club. Really should have cursed in the first 5 minutes, but this game is terrifying me at the moment. I am genuinely scared. In the last episode, we walked into an end. Sayori hung herself. And we started over, starting a new game, created a corrupted file, it seems. And now everything is changed. Sayori doesn't exist anymore in the same sense. She doesn't exist in the literature club because Monica is the one who picked us up, dragged us here, and she said that we are only 3 members. Girl 1, Monica, and Girl 2, who's going to be Natsuki. This is terrifying. And I hope I did. It was fun watching me in the last episode because I am freaking out. Dude. Let's go. Huh? I guessed. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, this we saw. And we can't even skip. Ooh. I was trying that because this is a new setting, it's not the same game as the first one. We can't actually skip it. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Kurt. All the words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. The small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Oh my god. I am forgetting just how important Sayori was for the actual game. Everything changed. Oh, this is great. It's so simple, but it's so great. Yuri is the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Kurt in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Did I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Kurt? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. I am wondering, should I go with Natsuki this time around? Because we want to corrupt the file as much as possible, as fast as possible, or should we stay on Yuri and see how everything is getting destroyed around her? I don't think I have time to actually figure that one in this episode. So please let me know what you think. Should I go with Natsuki or should I go with Yuri? This is actually an important thing, which I can't decide which I prefer. So tell me your thoughts. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm more surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Still can't skip the text. Is that something I actually can't do, or is that... Okay, I can't actually skip anything. Oh no, I can't skip unseen text. I can't skip after choices. I should still be able to skip seen text. So this is all new. This is still the same game. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. I'm just waiting for more breaks in the matrix. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. Yeah, that's not... You're insulted. Yuri looks away. I mean, I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. And if this is the same game, is it going to be that much easier to follow on Yuri's path, or is that... Damn it! My headset is almost running out of batteries. Is it going to be that much easier to stay on Yuri's lane, or are we going with Natsuki? Or can we still go with Natsuki? I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Kurt, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. I think she said the opposite the first time around. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Oh, is that so? Really, if the story makes me think, or it takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind! That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Did it really say Natsuki and Girl 1? No, Yuri. Well, damn. Natsuki and Yuri looks quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then the next time we meet, we'll all share the poem with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Yeah, not so easy to convince everyone else now that Sayori is dead, huh? Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Kurt? Hold on. There's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Kurt. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I joined the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Kurt? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Kurt, I'm so happy. You can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembers tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we all can share. Monika looks over at me once more. Kurt, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Cannot really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read? Yes! Yes, we do! Sorry. Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. Lots of dashes. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lunch money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. Dash. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. Lots of dashes. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. Dashes. Friend cooks up anything. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. Well, that's horrifying. Does it continue? No, it does not. Okay. I studied this new thing, so I will go through these words. I'll see you soon. I am back now. I had to shut down the game and recharge my headphones. But something that I noticed as I was turning off the game, if you look here, let's go back to load game. My first game slot was deleted. And that already happened when I was trying. This is the second playthrough. This is the second playthrough, and the first playthrough was already deleted. Which is very disheartening, very feels bad. What's the word? Something on with CO, I believe. Considering that Monika said that don't forget to save your game now. You want to be able to go back and shit like that. But no. Let's continue the rest of the episode. Let's go. So yeah, there's I think there's all fewer words now because there's only 2 girls left. But let's see. Ooh. And yeah, I'm going to flash forward on this one, and unfortunately you don't get to choose the girl for me. I will be doing this now. So let's see here. Hi again, Kurt. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh. I was kind of freaking out that she didn't have a face, but we kind of remembered her there for a moment. Thanks for keeping your promise, Kurt. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, fuck off. Oh, come on, like you deserve some slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it as seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Why are you in front of the text box? Natsuki can certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Are you trying to make me forget that you already said this? Natsuki finds herself stuck between, say, Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Did the room tilt? The room is tilting. It is actively tilting. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Kurt. Well, make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Dude, this is so freaky. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Great, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. What is happening? But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and your eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm out of this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Now her... Oh shit, her... One of her eyes is going away. Why is it moving away? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? I am currently looking at everything in case something is bugging out. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, And that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something further obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. That's pretty much how I'm feeling right now. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about a religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped here have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. That is not what the book was about last time. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kurt? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I definitely forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless in a way. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. When I let things... We didn't even get to read that! Well, I'm gonna have to look it up in edit. Thank God I am actually recording this. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? Son of a bitch. Yes? I mean, you don't have to, but I don't even know who you turned into there. Kinda looked like The Incredibles. What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I'll step into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. But just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she is not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she is reading from my book instead. Sorry. I feel something it said there. I was just... Oh, I don't get to know it. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk in until it is up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. I am so scared of seeing the same CG from the first playthrough, but distorted. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn a page. Here. Nothing wrong yet. It's fine so far. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn a page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the pages before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Oh, that's different. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. Is Yuri actually into dismembering people? I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on his chest as if to feel her heartbeats. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright. Alright. Don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Kurt? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, that's an interesting development. But that is something we will save for the next episode. Yeah, things are breaking down fast here. I was expecting something more grounded, but this is kind of great, isn't it? Oh, yeah, let's see where this is going. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you Joseph for donating directly to my Ko-fi page. I'll see you guys in the next one, and remember, just because you're not the main character, it does not mean you're not important. Goodbye everyone.